Yo! Yayo, dreaming. Don't give it up, Lupe. Dreaming. Don't give it up, Solo. Dreaming. Don't give it up, Nave. Don't give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up.
All right, here we are at the first turn games in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, with the local winner for today, Phil Peterson. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic because I didn't think I was actually going to win today, but I proved myself wrong and won with blue Dofi.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna do deck profile because why not? Obviously, Dofi, I love this deck so much. At first, I gave up on it early on because I kept getting my butt kicked.
He says he gave up.
Yeah.
He kept coming back to it.
I kept coming back to it
6 times.
But then, like, I haven't played it in a tournament in a long time. But all of a sudden, I kind of just figured out how to play it right. And yeah, I mean, everyone knows what Dofi does. You equip 2 Dawn, swing, tap a Dawn, play a 4 cost from the top of your deck if it's a 7 warlord card.
Yeah.
It's super consistent if you know how to stack correctly, which I think that was the biggest problem I had with it, is like I was an idiot and kept forgetting what I stacked, and I would draw cards, which would then ruin the stack. But no, I fixed that problem.
All right, let's get into your 1-drops.
Yeah, my 1-drops, I run, of course, Peronas because those are 100% necessary to, of course, stack your deck. If you do not see these in your opening hand, you just need to mulligan because you need it. It's just fact.
Yeah.
1-drop laws. These have been getting worse and worse lately because people keep tapping them down or just KOing them like super quickly, but they're always great when you hope that your opponent doesn't have anything to KO them and then they have to get around just a 1-cost blocker, which is super annoying.
Yeah.
It can also be played from your leader ability, but it's kind of the big L if you have to do that. 4 Alvidas. I played it once today, hardcast it, but essentially this card is really just good for its 2K combo power. So if you need to play it though to bounce back low to the ground blockers, it's really good, but in most cases you'll just use it as a 2K counter. But what else is new? Grass is green, sky is blue, stuff Then we go into the 7 warlords cards. Run 4.
Costs.
Yep, the 4 Doflamingo to stack the deck, and of course be blockers. Super fun. Teach, he is kind of the star. He kicked ass today, bouncing back a lot of low to the ground cards, like Zoros, blockers. Usually if you play him off your leader, he's easy attack fodder though, which is fine because then they're not attacking your leader, they're just getting rid of something that you typically don't really care about. If it's KO'd, you just want it to use its ability. Then of course, the 4 copies of Boa Hancock. Great card, obviously attacker or blocker. You draw 1 if there's a Dawn on her, if you block or attack. I've been actually a lot more willing to attack with her, which has been amazing, being able to.
Because most people tend to kill her, so you need to get that swing and get that
Exactly, because every time I played Jimmy over here, he KOs her before she can block, so I might as well just attack with her at that point.
I don't KO her.
Well,
you just rest her and then kill her.
Yes, exactly. 4 copies of Mihawk, mostly for his 2K counter ability, but he is a 5K attacker that can be played off the leader ability. And the few times that you do play it, you can put a Dawn on him, swing it for 6K, draw 2, trash 2. It's, if you're looking for something, it's super fun.
Yeah. What else you got?
The boy, the legend, the monster. This card is so good. Gecko Moria. You play it off your leader ability. You can bring back something from your drop that's a 7 warlord card. So I can either grab Mihawk, I can grab Boa, I can grab any of my warlord cards and put them back in my hand. So it's just really good, and it saved my ass so many times by being able to grab 2K counters or more blockers. So typically it's a huge attack fodder. Most of the time my opponent wants to get rid of it as soon as I play it off my leader ability, but it's just good. It's one of the MVPs of the deck. Then of course we got the teddy bear package. We got 4 copies of Akuma and then 4 Pacifista. And And this combo is just, I've kind of gone back and forth on this a lot, if I want to run the Pacifista engine or not. And at the end of the day, yes, you 100% do, because you play this off your leader ability. If your opponent KOs it on their turn and you have Pacifista in hand, cool. They KO'd something and wasn't able to do anything, now you have an attacker next turn. It's just such a fun combo, it's so consistent. It's great. Get rid of a blocker, get a 6k attacker. Especially against Green Kid, you want these out because these actually can be really effective against the 8-drop Kid. All right, then 2 Virgos. Another card I was kind of iffy on, but really he does pull his weight. I don't think you need to run more than 2. 2 I think is a fine number. But yeah, it helps out against Kid and a lot of the bigger cards. Now, this is my, I really like this card, but it's not really meta, so I only run one of it, and that is the Law, the 6-drop Law, of course the winner one. It basically this is really good only against green players, because if no one else really has that many cards in hand, but with playing against green, and green being a very prominent color in the meta, it can basically make them take a life if they have 6 or more cards on hand, which most of the time green does. So really, really easy combo. Really easy play. And it's a 7k attacker, so it's in that sweet spot for attacking.
Show it one more time.
I really like it, and that's why I only run one of it, because it's fun, but not needed in every single matchup.
Yeah.
And then finally, the other boss monsters of the deck, 2 Dofis. What can I say? It's great when my opponent plays a 7-drop Kid blocker, and then I can play that to bounce it back to their hand, essentially wasting it. 7k attacker though, it's really good. It can hit pretty high if you need to. And of course, the MVP, the best card in the deck, Mihawk.
The alternate art.
Yep, as soon as I got this in my second box, and that's when I knew blue was going to be my color again. I play blue in Dragon Ball Super, so I just knew that it was just the right color for me in this one. And this card just bounces something to the bottom of my opponent's deck, 7 cost or less. So once again, that Kid blocker, the anti-blocker, Luffy, any big hitter just bounces at the bottom of their deck, so they lose it. It's awesome. It does take up essentially a whole turn if you don't want to throw down a 1-drop Law. And finally, last 2 cards. Desert Spadas. These are the only events I run in the deck, and they're just good to reconstruct the top 3 cards of my deck. So I'm gonna figure out what I want to, what stack I want to put them in, and yeah, that's the deck profile.
That's the deck. All right. You won locals for what is today? The 19th of February.
Today was really tough. I played you first round, which green is always the worst matchup for me.
Yeah.
That was close. Then second round was against another blue Dofi, and that was pretty close too. And then finally against Charlie, he's kind of our local best player here, playing red Luffy, and that was a super close game. But, I was able to just squeak out the win in the end, and yeah, it was a good day. I remember I told you today I'm winning today with Dofi. I'm winning with blue, and I talked it into existence.
Pretty much.
Again.
Yeah. Well, more like the first time, but yeah.
Well, I talked it into existence again, not winning again, but
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I still stand by what I said.
I know.
All right. Well, anything else?
No. Hey, thank you so much for checking out this profile. Subscribe to the channel, and this game is super fun, and can't wait to keep playing this deck and make it better with set 2 coming out.
Cool. All right. See ya.
Here's how the story goes. We find out by the treasure in the grand line. There's no doubt. The pirate whose eye is on it, he'll sing. I'll be king of the pirates. I'm gonna be king. Yayo, yayo, yayo. Oh, oh. His name is Luffy. That's Monkey D. Luffy.